Hey, what's going on, guys? Mike here from Arizona, man. We've had so many projects going on in my fish house this weekend, and I'm going to show you one of the biggest ones that I'm really excited for. I'm going to take you along with me on the ride. This is only the beginning stages of the fish house itself in this particular project. There's going to be a lot more change to come with the way we're setting things up. I'm kind of liking everything behind me over here. I have the beta racks and all that good stuff in there, but you've seen plenty of that in my videos. But now what you're going to see is what I've been talking about in my last video. I'm going to switch this over. The 240 gallons, which are going to have the immersed growth in here for the plants. So I ordered a bunch of plants, which I'm going to be doing an unboxing video within this video, so stay tuned for that. But I do want to show you what we're doing here. 240 gallon tanks. They're probably going to be filled up a quarter of the way. As you can see, the lighting is very different on this right tank to this left tank. The left tank is basically only getting 6500K bulbs. Okay, now this is a T5 fixture. It's T5, and there are roughly 4 light bulbs in there. I don't really remember the wattage. However, I know it is over 100 watts. This here has part of that 6500K. However, we have a full spectrum LED right here, which we were using on the reef tank that was here at one point. And look, there's reds, there's greens, there's whites. You can see it all in the reflection. So I'm kind of curious to if we get different growth in the plants on this right tank rather than the plants on the left. Do we get more flowering here? I don't know. I've heard that plants tend to flower more under some of these other spectrums rather than the 6500K. But we will see. We'll have to check over time. What we're going to do, or I should say what I've already done, is I drilled 2 holes in this pipe for 2 air lines, one to go out to this tank and one to go down to this tank. And the reason why we did that was because we want to put 2 air stones, one in each tank. And what that's going to do is, obviously they're going to be coming down from there. What's that's going to do, it's going to create surface agitation, which is going to cause evaporation, make the evaporation go up to the lid. As you can see, I have these lids cut out, and the water will get stuck in that one section and come back down for the plants, creating a very humid environment which these plants will thrive in, hopefully. That's what I believe is going to happen. I'm not going to say yet what plants I'm going to start with, but however, stay tuned for the unboxing video, and I'm going to take you along for the ride. Okay, so here we have our box, and we're going to open it up and see what's inside. Now keep in mind I'm doing this with one hand, even though I have a tripod. I don't have anywhere to sit it right now, so you'll be able to see the actual unboxing. Okay, so let's see here what we got. Okay, let's get the invoice out of the way. These are going to be my experiment plants. So, first off, we have several bunches of dark red Liguigia. Alright, I absolutely love this stuff. Have grown it before, but never in a situation like this. So this is good stuff. So you see, you get a better look at it. You can see some of that really deep red in there that this plant has and that everybody loves. We have our 2-inch pots that some of our other plants are going to go into. So what do we have here? We have Anubias hostifolia. I have 5 of those. Anubias nana. I have 5 of those. Anubias congenesis. 5 of those. I have some Glosso here, and there are 12 bunches of Glosso. Anubias lanceolata. I have 5 of those. Ooh, I'm loving these. Red Reuben swords. I have 6 of those. So we'll see how these end up growing. These are going to get pretty big. So we will see, and we'll see if they start to flower. And I did an experiment with swords last summer, and they did flower. So we'll see if we can get these guys to flower. Anubias barteri, or bateri. I say barteri, but there's 5 of these. Anubias nanji, 5 of those. Anubias frazeri, and there's 5 of these also. Okay, this is actually a new one that I've never actually seen come from the supplier. Anubias nankan. And I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correct. So if I'm not, and you guys know better than I do, put the pronunciation in the messages down below in the comments section, because I've never actually seen this one come in before, but this one looks pretty cool. And I believe that's it, but look at all these pots I have. And I believe what we're going to do is we're going to pot all of these Anubias, and we're going to use not so much a rock wool, but a sort of a sponge to keep it in place in these pots. And I believe what I'm going to do with the Anubias is I'm going to cut holes in the styrofoam to fit the pots, and I am going to float it in the water that's going to be in here. So we're going to try that with the Anubias. And you know what? Actually, I think I just made an executive decision. Depending on if we can fit all of the Anubias in one tank, I think we're going to actually do one tank for broadleaf plants, and the other one I might do some carpeting plants. Probably in this one. I'm kind of curious about doing that full spectrum with carpeting plants. Let me know what you think in the comments below on that. But so far, that is my update for now. And stay tuned while we set up this system right here. Well, could not take you along for that ride because it would have been like it was snowing. Making holes in the styrofoam definitely left me a little messy. But I want to show you, I mean, granted these are not the most perfect lined up holes I've ever seen, but I did the best that I could without any guides or grids or anything. But each mesh pot is fitting in one of those holes, and then a plant will fit in there, and obviously on the other side is where the root system will fit in the, in the sponge that we've selected to keep the plant in place. So stay tuned for that, because we're still going to set this up, and I am going to pot my plants, and we should be good to go. Okay, so we have our tank set up. So as you can see here, we have our tank on the left and tank on the right. They both have bubblers. Now, I do have some splashing on the front glass, which is causing a little bit of fogginess, which is okay, that's fine. Because again, I'm looking for a humid environment for my plants to thrive in. So this is probably going to be the perfect scenario, especially for the floating plants, because I feel like all the plants with the leaves exposed to the air are going to have the best scenario, because they're going to be getting plenty of CO2 and lots of humidity, and that's exactly what these plants need to thrive in. So I have not set this up yet, but I'm about to do that, and then I'm going to put this, and then I'm going to put a wrap to this video once I get this all set up. But I am really looking forward to getting some growth out of this and actually doing the experiment along with you guys to see exactly how much growth we'll get out of the plants in this tank versus this one. So we will see. Stay tuned while I get the plants set up in the containers. Well, this is sort of the finished product. I actually ran out of pots, so I actually have to get more pots for my sword, so I just have them floating in another tank for now. But guys, this is what we're going to do. Obviously, I'm going to be making new labels that'll keep track of which Anubias these are. And we have our floating raft. We have underneath here, you can see all the pots are in the water. Some of the root systems on these guys are already reaching the water, so that's actually really good. And as you can see here, all the plants are doing quite well right now, and I did give them a spray down with a water bottle just to keep the leaves a little wet, just in case they are not used to the amount of humidity in there. They will adjust over time, and we'll see. We'll keep track of the growth. Now again, I'm going to be selling a lot of these, so I'm going to keep a couple just to keep track of it, but also these are going to be put up for sale on my website as well. So this is what I have right now. I definitely have some terrarium plants coming in, which again we're going to be putting in. I left some space on the side here for some terrarium, and there's definitely a terrarium in there, as well as some carpeting plants. So keep in mind, we have a lot more plants to come. So if you enjoyed my video, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you have not done so already, and don't forget to visit us at greenoasisfarms.com. I will talk to you soon. Have a good night.